Aha, yes, rock and roll, wicked, awesome. How is everyone doing today? Yes, okay, fantastic. Right. We're going to have we're going to do something which I've been kind of saying that I'd do for the last several episodes, but haven't actually done it yet. We are indeed going to make a we're going to make a game over scene. Part of what has taken me so long is I haven't been 100% sure as to exactly how I want to do it. So what I've done a bit off stream is just experiment with different ideas, and I think I finally nailed it. I finally got exactly what I kind of want to have on it. So I'll tell you my plan. It's going to be, so where I've got, see here where it says game over, this is actually a mask, which means so it is quite hard to explain, but if we, let's see if I can come up with a sprite mask, not this one, where I've got, say, the water background. That's a terrible, where I've got the island, right? I've done here mask interaction visible inside mask. So if I do none, then it will just show you the whole thing. I'll go back to visible inside. And what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to essentially have the game over screen come up small, and you can only see the sort of village like burning and stuff, while it's kind of like, you know, through the letters of the game over. So I think what we kind of need to do, we need to actually just make a start, and I think we go straight into the game over scene and we just start putting it together, and hopefully it will start making sense, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Right, rock and roll. Okay, so scenes. So this is my test scene, by the way. This is test scene. This is just where I sort of put stuff on, see what works, see what doesn't work. But we're actually going to go into a completely empty. Do I call? Damn, I can't remember. It should be. Let's have a look. That's good actually. It looks like I've done some of the work here already. So this is the game over scene. Yeah, okay, everything's fine. Okay, so what have we got here? Let me have a quick look at something. Because I think I want to make it so that, in fact, we can get rid of these. And this, that's fine. I've got this as a background colour. Let's go change that to black just to make it a little bit clearer. It looks like I have done some of the things here already. Edit script. Let me have a look. Oh, I see. I see what I've done here. So what I've actually done is I have. Let's go remove that. That's fine. In fact, let's go remove this altogether, and we're going to create a new game object, which we're going to call, so just create empty. This will be game over master go. Okay, so we still want to put on the things that we put on in every scene, which will be our core scripts, Aaron and Mover. These are pretty important, and we're going to have just have this as 100. Oh yes, also I've made myself a coffee. It's one of those sort of posh filter ones. Right, yes, okay. Right, the world is good. I even made sure I've got the best mug. It's one of those sort of heat changing ones where it changes colour as you put in hot water. It's a lot of fun. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do first is, I believe, is it town in sprites? No, not sprites. We've got prefabs. I think there's town. So I did actually make some. Is it background stuff? I'm going to quickly okay, we're making a start here. I just want to kind of take some bits from my test scene. So let's go back into the test scene and work out where we are. Test scene. Because yeah, I kind of wanted to take these. I just can't quite work out where these prefabs are, because these are really useful prefabs. I'm not sure. Anyway, don't worry. I can actually just create it. Actually, what about the water background? Maybe that'll be there. Water. Oh, yes. So we know, but yeah, so, and... Oh, okay, yes. Okay, everything's fine. It turns out, sorry, I was looking at this, I thought this was a sprite, but this is actually a prefab. There is a reason why I do want this. So we actually have it all. We have all the things that we need. So these little burning effects will come into play a bit later, but we'll worry about those later. Right, so now let me get back to the original scene. It's game over scene. So here, I kind of want to just put this there. That should be okay. And we want water background. Let's just put this over here. That should be okay. And now, I did actually add another sprite, which is kind of like the same town. But yeah, here it is. It's actually open for me already. It's this one here. This is like the damaged town. So this is kind of like, this is all going to be on fire and stuff. Sorry, my head's covering a large segment of it. But actually, let me go create a 2D object sprite square, and we'll call this damaged town game object. Not with the hashtag. I don't know what the hashtag will do. I just pressed it accidentally. And let's go give this bad boy over here. And let's... I think it's... you can kind of zero everything and it kind of works. So this looks okay. This looks okay. And what I kind of want to do is where I had those... burning effects, we kind of want to just pick some opportune places, and in fact we could, to make it just, you know, just look a little bit better, we could find say yeah, okay, I've got an idea. I'm going to create an empty game object, yeah, and we are this will make sense eventually. I kind of want to pinpoint some certain places, so let's just duplicate these a few times. Actually, although I should have called it something else. One sec. We're going to have fire particle effect spawn. Quite a long name, but we're going to distribute these in different places where they could be. I mean, part of what I like the idea that I'm creating like multiple points where the fire could start, but it doesn't necessarily have to start in all of them. I could make, say, 12 or 15 of them, but the fire only starts in, say, 6 of them. I want to have that kind of freedom. So let's go duplicate this. There we go. And we don't need to worry too much. It's quite a broad effect, so I just like to add a little bit of randomness to everything. It's not necessary, but I just think I prefer it. And the reason I'm doing this at the beginning is because I do want it. I want it to be a nice looking game over go game over screen. Now, here's a little small point of I don't know if the word's controversy, right? But I did have a plan to. I had a plan to kind of like have it a bit similar to the town, to the like title scene, in that you have beans walking around, but it being game over means every now and then they just jump and then splatter, right? And then I was thinking, as much as I would like doing that, the big main argument against it is I just think it would be a little bit sadistic. I mean, I like it. I like the idea. I'm not completely opposed to it, but I just think it would just be a little bit sadistic. Okay, so let's just have a little look, see if there's any obvious bits that we're missing. I guess we want one... maybe just here. Sounds good. Oh, Laker Gaming, how you doing? Ah, oh, awesome. Oh, how's it rocking? Oh yeah, I did actually. I genuinely thoroughly enjoyed the game. I was so gutted that like once you've like built the first bit of the station, like it was like, oh yes, you've completed the demo. I was like, no, I want to play more. But yeah, so it's looking good. Oh, Code Red Games, nice, awesome. How's it going, man? Oh, I'm liking your progress, by the way. I was watching you trying to complete it on the hardest difficulty setting, and that was brilliant. That was fantastic. So at the moment, I'm just putting a bunch of spawn points for where fire could start. And I've got a little fire effect that I've created. Oh, nice! Yes! Oh, quality. Because I think it's like that gorilla at the end just packs such a big punch. Yeah. And did you decide that 30% is it gets like, I think they do 30% more damage every time. Like, is that going to be too much? Oh, right. Anyway, so what we're going to do first is before we actually do the rest of our game over scene, we are just going to make it so that this bad boy here, if I have scripts, I haven't made any yet, so I'm going to do one now. We're going to create a folder. Oh, I must have misclicked. Okay, create a folder. Game over scripts. Yeah. But yeah, overall the game's going okay. It's been a little bit slow. I had to do a few things off because when I look, like whenever I'm trying to draw anything, like kind of, I just always feel like the way which I do everything is such a bad method. It's such a sort of like it's such a bad method of drawing things that I feel I may as well do that off stream while I'm sort of watching something else. And I've done a few more sprites and stuff. So now that I've done a bit, I'm going to get ready to stream like my programming and stuff. Yes, that's good to hear, Lake. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. It's good to hear that you will get back to it because, like I say, I am actually liking your game. I'm just so I was like, oh no, I want to play more of it. Yeah. Right. So we're going to go create a C# script. We're going to call it Damaged Town Script. I think that's all we need. And it's now I suppose both of you are Unity users, so does the same thing happen to you whenever you create a script? You create it and then this comes up, right? Without you actually saying so, right? And what makes it kind of worse is this comes up, but it doesn't even open up the script that you just started. So it's just saying, like, by the way, Visual Studio is here as well, you know, just to let you know. So now I'm going to double click on it to get to it. That's fine. Now I've got it open. I'm happy. So Damaged Town we can add this over here. Now I kind of want to make this Damage Town a prefab, so I will create another folder which will be game over stuff, and we're just going to put this in here. I think this is just going to be here from the beginning, but I always like to have it as a prefab. Yeah, I don't know. I just prefer it that way. Right. So now that we have got that, and we've got this bad boy script, we can actually work on it. So we need. We probably don't even need a transform. I think actually we do need the sprite renderer though. So we're going to have a. Sorry, here's my little sheet to remember how to do this. Public sprite renderer damaged town SR get private set. Okay, and then void awake. Oh yeah, I tell you what, I'm still like I'm still excited to play Rogue Blight when it's available. Yeah, it just looks so good. It's like whenever I sort of go into your stream, I'm seeing it's looking better and better. I'm like, I just want to have a go. It really does look good. Damage Town SR equals get component sprite renderer. So we've got access to the sprite renderer. Now, what we also want to do is we want to have a private game object, and we're going to call it Fire PE, which is going to be Fire Particle Effect. And we want to get access to it now. So Fire PE equals resources.load game object, and I need to find the point in which I've made it. I can't remember, but let me go over and see if I can find it. Oh yeah, sorry, I've got a bit of catching up to do. Oh yes, okay, 2 months. 2 months. I can wait. That. But like one thing which I do actually, I've got a lot of respect for you, Code Red, is that you're quite realistic. You know, you can think, well, I've done this much so far, but it's still going to take me a while. It's still going to take me a bit longer before I'm actually finished. You know, because I think there is that easy sort of rabbit hole to fall down, thinking, well, it's almost done. I just need to do this and this and this and this, and then like you realise, oh, hang on a sec, but this is going to take ages. You know, whereas you've got actually, it feels like you've got a slightly more structured plan, which is really good. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good to hear, Lakia. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I sent you a message about it. I think there was I somehow, and I don't know, one thing that, yeah, I accidentally unequipped my laser for a missile launcher, and I was like, oh no. But like I think I know what I did wrong. I was like, this is, you know, yeah, sort of got myself in a bit of trouble. But yeah, I'm enjoying. Is it Wormhole Adventurer? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Right. Okay. So sorry, I've been. So yeah, we need to just get hold of the game object. So prefabs, particle effects. I think Burning Town PE. This is the one. So we're going to copy this path, and put this over here. So now we've got access to the Fire PE, right? Now what we also want to do is, I kind of want to have a vector 3, a private vector 3 array, which will be potential local spawn points Right, and then now this is where it gets a little bit interesting. I want to cycle through all of those extra little game objects that I've got, just purely to get hold of. Okay, yes. Okay, right, that makes so much more sense, because the laser crafting items, in my head I was like, that's another laser I can equip, because at the moment I don't have any weapons that I can use. But like, kind of, but I wouldn't use me as as the person, like, well, because I said it, therefore that's true. It's like, kind of, everyone else might find that quite easy, quite, like, you know, it's probably a silly mistake from my perspective. So 4 int effect. Let me just try and work out what the easiest way of doing this is. Potential local spawn points equals new vector 3, and that will be yeah. What's the? Sorry, my brain is just going a little bit. Okay, yeah, okay, got it. Transform all trans equals get components in children transform. Okay, so we've got that is basically getting hold of all the transforms that we've got, but we don't want number 0 because that's actually the main base one. Now, potential local spawn points. Let's have this public, just so it makes a little bit more sense. Potential local spawn points equals new vector 3, all trans dot length -1. No, not equals 1, -1, -1. And then for... Oh, actually, Code Rad, you might know this or not, I'm not sure, but it might have even... I can't remember who it was that told me, but when you press 4 and just double tap, it brings up this, which makes life so much easier. Potential spawn points dot length. And now we want potential local spawn points equals... no, it's absolutely brilliant. Like, it's more because I saw you using a for loop, and I was like, oh yeah, so you just press 4, right? And then before you do anything else, you just press tab twice, so... And then it brings that up. Absolutely, like, yeah, again, really, really useful. I normally only remember it when I've pretty much done most of the for loop anyway, and it's you know, but I feel like it does save a lot of time when you get that. So local spawn points I equals all trans I plus 1 dot local position. I think that's all we need. So this actually gives us all the spawn points. Right. Now, I'm going to have... because we don't want to necessarily put a fire on every single one of these spawn points, we want to do, say, somewhere between, say, 7 and 10. So... we kind of need to have a particular function which moves all of these around randomly. Oh, right, okay, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always found for loops... when you're first learning, the fact that you're using semicolons in the middle of like the syntax really is like quite confusing. So I'm going to have a quick public In fact, this could be a private void shuffle spawn points. For, and then we can just have potential local spawn points dot length. Okay. We're going to have vector3 held vec equals potential local spawn points I. So we've got a held vec there, and now we want to have int rando equals random dot range somewhere between 0 and potential local spawn points dot length, and then we want to have just got to remember how to do this. I think we're getting the held vec a little bit early on now. So held vec actually equals that dot rando, and then why have I made this such a long variable name? Rando equals let me try and work this out. Potential local spawn points I, and potential local spawn points I equals rando equals, oh no, held vec, sorry. So let's just go through this. Let's check we know where we're going. So control KC to to comment. Okay, yeah. Oh, nice. Hold Alt Shift and arrow down a few times, then type something. Okay, no, I'm worried now. Oh yes. Yeah, I know that's really good. Well, I think the thing which I've always found useful, and there's a really bad example. There's no good examples here, but if you just hold Alt and then click there, then you can edit just this segment. Which if ever you've got a bunch of variables, some bits that you want to change, some bits which you don't, it can be really useful. And I think that Alt Shift down and stuff is a kind of another way of doing another sort of, it's kind of in that similar vein. Yeah. Especially when it comes to me saving and loading, that's going to be really useful. Right, okay. So so we've got that, and I'm going to let's have this as a public void summon fire PEs int. Yeah, that is probably actually a clever suggestion. I know that my first ever game that I ever made was, believe it or not, I mean not my first ever game, but my first game using Unity. It was actually a 3D platformer that I was working on, and I had this rather stubborn belief that I could fit everything on one script, and that was a terrible idea. All I can tell you, absolutely terrible idea. Random dot range, I think somewhere between say 5 and maybe 7 and 10, I think. Okay, so now we would want to shuffle spawn points and then we're going to go for int I equals 0, I less than rando. Oh yeah. Oh, I did it again. Look, I've got this far through the for statement without realising the shortcut that I could have done. So I'm properly guilty of that. I drank far too much coffee in one go. Okay. So all we actually need to do now is have instantiate fire PE. In fact, let's go make it a little bit easy on ourselves. Transform fire trans equals instantiate fire, and it's going to be a child of. We actually do need a base trans as well. Public. Sorry, I'm sort of realising things as I go along. Damaged town trans get private set, and then just here we want to have damaged town trans equals get component transform. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So when I actually think of control KK, oh, you just get a book and oh wow, okay, I like that. I really like that. That is incredible. I mean, I don't have any use for this particular point here, but that's going to be really useful. Okay, yeah, nice one. Control KK. I know another useful thing while we're here. Control MO closes everything, and Control Control MO. No, hold on. There is another thing which then opens it again. Yeah, I think Control MM means it opens up a certain thing as well. Anyway, but that's quite useful when you've got a bunch of functions and you want to just close everything so it can look a little bit simpler. Okay, so we got hold of the damaged town trans. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. It is really nice. I think if you're really, really good at coding, apparently the best way is having having like loads of different scripts and having only a few functions in each. In which case, it's not particularly useful. But if you're like me, where I'm like, no, I want to fit loads of functions in one place, I find it absolutely so valuable. It's just brilliant. Damaged town trans dot get component transform. Okay, and then fire trans dot position equals potential local spawn points I. Oh no, not position. That needs to be local position. Oh, that could have been a problem. So, I think we're kind of there. So this is actually. So I'm actually just going to have a void start, and then we're just going to have summon fire PEs. Right. Okay. I reckon I've just got faith. I think this is just going to magically work. Actually, we don't know the order in layer at the moment, but this I just want to I want to check the order in layer first. So this is currently. So the water is -3, which is fine. The island is -1. The damaged town is 0, and these fire spawn. No, not here. I need to get to. Actually, let's go. Prefabs over here. We can actually look at the renderer here because we want it to be in front of everything. And somewhere here we go. I've actually got it as sorting order front. It doesn't matter. It can also be default, but it's 2, so it's in front of the town. Right. Let's see if this works. I think Right, okay. Yeah, so what we're looking to do is see somewhere between 7 and 10 fires start randomly at particular points. Particular points, but random points. Control MP. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's just see how many we've got. Because I want there to be a sort of randomness as to where the fire can go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's absolutely fine. We are actually very much in the we're winning. We're winning at the moment. This is exactly how I wanted it all to go. Okay, so now what we need next is we want our mask, which might not make an awful lot of sense. And I wonder if I can just... In fact, let's go make life easy on ourselves. So we've got this. We're happy with this. I'm going to go back to the other scene and steal the thing that I want. So we're going to go back to the test scene. And this sprite mask here, I'm going to rename it to Game Over Sprite Mask. And we're going to add it to our prefabs. And like, this is very, very simple what's going on here. Let's have a look. So game over stuff. That's brilliant. Let's go add him over here, and then go back to our original town, our original game over scene, which is over here. Sure. Now, resource prefabs. This is the game over sprite. That's fine. This is, believe it or not, it is doing everything that it's set out to do. And let's go. We're going to do something very, very clever here. And this is something which took me a while to work out. Okay, so what I'm actually doing here, so the water background, for whatever reason, you don't need to worry too much. There's actually two sprites that are kind of going on and off of each other. Okay, brilliant. Control MP to open them all up again. NN to open the one that you got selected. Yeah, okay, that's really useful as well. Yeah, nice one. Because I think that was, again, I was watching another streamer and I just saw him do that particular move, and I was thinking, that's exactly what I want. That's brilliant. Like, instead of, when I've got like sort of a script that's got like 3,000 lines and I'm just scrolling through, makes life a lot easier. Right, so we've selected all of these, and we're going to actually have mask interaction visible inside mask. Boom, done it. Okay, now, and what I kind of want to do as well is where we've got our particle effects, Burning Town, I want somewhere here, hopefully, where we've got renderer, masking, visible inside mask. Okay. And now, the idea is I want this game over to start off small and then just get bigger and bigger and then kind of shake a little bit, and then a button to come up to say return to title screen. Okay, so we're actually, I would say we're about 50% done already. It shouldn't take us much longer. And I think we're going to have a game over master just to orchestrate everything. So, and maybe I think we actually, this one here, I think we just create instead of actually being on this. So we can actually delete this now. I just wanted to visualize it on there. So that's currently 2-2. If it's, like, we kind of, how big do we want to make it? If it's 3-3-3, I think that's okay. And then we just want a button to spawn. Okay, right, we're almost there. Game over. Right, let's see if I can do this. Right, it's currently 14:35. I think I can get this done by 5 past, so I'm going to give myself half an hour. Right, I'm just going to sort of power. It's going to be like a proper sort of like proper hardcore programming. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, game over scripts. We're going to have create C# script, game over master script. Yeah, good. I'm glad. Thank you for bringing that up for no reason. Thank you, Visual Studio. Okay, right. Game over master script. So we are going to first of all have a private game object, which will be game over. What did I actually call it in the end? Sprite mask. Game over. Yeah. Game over. Sprite mask game object. Okay. And then void awake. Right. I got faith. Game over sprite mask go equals resources.load game object, and then we'll find that path in a sec. Now void start and I'm actually just going to have a public void game over and then a private enumerator game over routine. Okay, so even though this looks incredibly inefficient, we're going to just have game over there. This will be start coroutine game over routine. Now we want a keep everything traditional, so public bool busy equals true, busy equals false. What we also want as well, let's go properly crazy. We're going to have another game object, private game object. This is going to be return to title button game object. This one, let's go. We're going to come back to that. We'll come back to that. That's fine. I've still got time. Don't worry. Right. So. So now, while we're here, I kind of want to find the prefab. We're going to copy this path and then just get rid of this bad boy. We don't need it. That's going to fit in over there. So now we've got access to our sort of game over sprite mask thing. And so now transform I'll game over sprite mask trans equals let's have a look. Equals instantiate game over sprite mask go vector 3.0. So we're creating it right in the center, which is where we want it, and then quaternion.identity, because everyone loves quaternion.identity. we're all like, we're in this big sort of religious cult where we're like, we know what quaternion identity means. We're just going to type it and not try and explain what it means. I do know what it means. It just, why is it so? Why do we have to do it? Why can't I just ignore it and just put that in? No. Anyway, that's me being nitpicky. I'm sure, like, one day I will fully understand and integrate into my mind exactly what quaternion.identity means. My argument against quaternion.identity is anyone who's new, like looking to get into like C#, trying to work out, thinking, well, instantiate is like another word of create. Okay, then we create the game object. That makes sense. Then we put in the vector. Okay, that's brilliant. Can I just leave it there? No, you have to write quaternion.identity, and it's like kind of I know what it means, but it's me being nitpicky though. That's like, because I don't have a like coding. I haven't done any proper courses. Everything that I've done has just been online, like learning, like doing online courses and stuff. There's probably a good basis as to why you have to do it. Sorry, that was my little moan about Quaternion.identity. Needed to get that off my chest. Right. Dot get component transform. Okay, so now we've created it. We first of all want to have game over smtrans dot local scale equals vector3.0. So as soon as we're creating it, we're making it a really small size, and I've got to work out exactly how I want to do it. I think we have like, I could just make it slowly get bigger, which might be the way forward. So let's just put that code in, see how I feel about it. And I think it should get bigger over, say, 5 seconds. So int chum. Oh yeah, this is where the whole dot, is it dot tween? Where like if I use dot tween from the beginning, there might be a better method. But I'm going to use my original mover.instance dot grow to size. We're going to have game over smtrans new vector3. I think we decided about 2.5f 2.5f is about as big as we want to make it, and that's going to happen over, let's just try 5 seconds, while mover.instance.s2f bool chum yield return null. So that's just going to wait for it to get bigger, and then afterwards we kind of want to create the return to title button. So let's give that a shot. So yeah, let's see what this looks like so far. Okay, let's have it on full screen. Oh no, it was already on full screen. Okay. Hasn't worked, has it? Let's have a think. I didn't put it in, did I? I didn't put it in. I didn't actually attach it to the thing. That's okay. That's all right. No one saw that. Right, so we're going to try it the first time because no one saw any of the mistakes. I got away with it. We're absolutely fine. Right. Okay. Right. So trying it for the first time because the actual first time didn't count. How's that? That's okay. So we've got trying to work out if I'm happy with that. I'm going to just kind of look at it another time. So that's kind of like what I was going for. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I think what I kind of want to do is have instead of growing to size, we're going to have boink to size. Time to take is there. Size amplification. Let's have 1.25f. And decimal, let's have 0.5. So that's, instead of it just going straight to 2.5, it's going to kind of slightly overcompensate, get bigger, and then shrink down. Let's see how I feel. You know, right? Okay. You know what? There is argument I could be doing this a lot better, but I think I'm okay with that. And I like, yeah. Now we just want to create a button that returns us to the title, which shouldn't be too hard. So we have. I'll create it on here. So we need a. Oh yes, right. I I think we've got all the things we need. Main camera. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so create 2D object sprite square. We want to give it... let's see if I can just, through luck, just chance upon it. If not, I might have to actually... no. Ah, yes, okay, back to title. That's what I wanted. Right, let's go. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to add component 2D box collider. And I just want to check as well, it's always worth testing that the box collider, now that I've created it with this sprite here, it means, yes, you can see that it is actually covering the size of the button, which is great. Okay, so now we just need to give it, I'm going to call this game over back to title button go. That's an awfully long thing, but that's okay. Right, and what we also want to do, there's a certain script that we want it to be a child of. So scripts, we'll add it to our game over scripts. C# script game over back to title button script. Gosh, that's incredibly long-winded. Yeah, right. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay, right, let's... I've put a capital V there. Right, let's just undo that. It will be a lot less effort if I just delete it and try again. Or I just live with the stigma of it being spelt incorrectly forever. Create C# script. Game over back to title button script. Okay, that's better. Okay, now we can give it this bad boy. Yeah, also I'm intrigued. Is the music too loud? I don't know if I've turned it up. I sort of did a little bit of tweaking. Hopefully it's okay. Right, so now we've got this. Let's go add it to our prefabs. Game over stuff. Right, okay, now what we kind of want to do, and I've got to remember, escape menu stuff, this could be here. Right, I just want to look at this, edit script. Partly we can actually use quite a lot of the stuff from this. So, Destiny generic button script. That's actually a really, really useful thing. So I'm just going to keep this one just on the side over here. Ah, no, not there. Right. Okay. Sorry, I kind of want to just add him to his friends over here. Yes, okay. So, where are we up to? Right, okay, I think we're getting there. We also need to incorporate the game over. We need to create a game over condition so that to check that it works. Okay. I kind of want to edit this one as well. So we can use a lot of this code. Let me edit this one. I'm getting getting a lot of these things. So first of all, I kind of want to have this on the side here because this is the back to title from, so we can basically use a lot of stuff from here into here, but it's not everything. Destiny generic button script. So the Destiny generic button script is very useful. I think we can still have a public bool busy. We don't need any of that. We probably don't even need that, I don't think. We do want almost all of this. So I'm going to copy this and just get rid of the button tran things. Actually, you know what? Let's go keep it. Let's keep it just to be on the safe side. So that's an error message that I was expecting, but we can just do that, and that's no problem. We don't need to worry about setting scripts. So what we actually kind of want to do is have... can you copy all of this? So upon activate, it's going to go back to the title. And let's just make life a little bit debug.log. Let's just get this far, and then we'll worry about how we're going to kind of go further in amongst this. Because the thing which I'm worried about is I want to make sure that you can't click on it twice. So you can't just, if you I want to go back to the title, if you click on it and then click on it again, it's going to do the same thing twice, and it's going to give us all sorts of problems. So I'm just going to have game back to title, and then we're going to actually do the code properly there just shortly. So now we've got most of the things we need. And we've even got hold of this button trans, which is brilliant. Okay, so we've got access to here. I can now delete this, and then we can go copy this path, and then we're going to go into... I think we can get rid of this altogether now. Game over master script, and here we want to have return to title button equals resources dot load game object now we're creating the return to title button, so I want to have game over back to title button script equals oh, this is a very, very long-winded name. It's fine, don't worry. Equals instantiate return to title button go new vector 3. I don't think we've quite worked out exactly, but I think it's going to be something like 0.0f and then maybe minus 2.5f. Quaternion.identity.get component. Okay, right. So now we've created it. We now want to make it really small because we still want to sort of just quickly boink it to size as well. So game over dot button trans dot local scale equals vector 3 dot 0, and then we can use quite a lot of this code. No, let's just create it. So chum equals mover dot instance dot boink to size, and I think size 1 is okay. So we've got dot. Let me rename this. Rename to button script. That will just make life a lot easier. So the target vector will be vector 3.1. Time to take should be 0.5 seconds. It's just going to be very quick. The size amplification 1.25 seems to have served me well in the past, and 0.5 sounds good. And now we can just flat copy this. Okay. Right. So that's what we've got at the moment, and we've still got a little bit more work. Okay, I've got another 9 minutes. Okay, I reckon I can do this. Let's have a look. Back to title, that's a little bit high up, isn't it? We can have it a little bit lower than that. But let's just check to see if... Yeah, so it's saying back to title at the bottom right. Looks like we're kind of okay. Obviously, that's a little bit high up. We want it just a little bit underneath. So if it's minus 3.5... About there sounds good. Minus 3.9. Minus 3.9 sounds good enough for me. So here we're just going to have minus 3.9. That looks good. Okay, now we want to work on getting it so that we... So instead of just saying back to title, we want it to actually go back to title. So back to title. We don't really need this at all, do we? But we'll have a public bool. Scene transitioning. And over here, we just want to have if not scene transitioning, then scene transitioning equals true, and master.script.instance dot change scene to, I think I've called it title scene, but I want to just check that I've got that right. Okay. Let's find out what the scene is. Yeah, title scene, absolutely fine. Okay. And the advantage with me, the reason I've done all of this is just so you can't click on it and it can only do this function once, which is the exact number of times that you need to do it. Okay. Right. So let's go shot S. Let's give this another shot. Okay, so game over. Rawr. Back to title. Okay, right. I want to change that as well. I want to change the... yeah, there's something else that I'm looking to change as well. But that's okay. So now we can go into the game. Right, now we want to make sure that when you actually get game over, which is what we're going to try and create, that we go back to that scene. So so we're going to, first of all, if we go in File, Build Settings, we kind of want to get rid of this game over scene altogether. Yep, delete, boom, done, easy. We want to add game over scene, right? But which should be okay. That's fine. But we also want to, in the master script, work out. We've got change scene. Let's go find all the references here. So this one here, I just want to change this to scene. Okay. Because, yeah, now it's going to a scene that it does know. Okay, so we're intentionally going to die so that we can get to the game over screen. Is there any other bits where it says it? No. I think that's all of them. Okay, so there's only actual one way of dying at the moment, but that's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Okay. Right, so let's go into scenes. Title scene, play. I need to change that. Right, let's first of all work out if we got the game over thing, then I want to change that. It should be easy-ish to actually fix. So let's play fight a monster. Okay, fight Boingo. Now we want to just intentionally get game over so that we know that the game over scene works. Oh yeah. Right, good. Okay, yes, he's definitely ready. Okay. Nice. Okay. Game over. Yeah, nice. Okay, right. So that is pretty much game over sorted now. What are we looking to do next? So I think while we're in this title scene, I kind of want to have a little change for opening scene. So now let's go master script. Let's close all but this. Let's just get rid of some of the clutter. Screen transition. So what I kind of want... oh no, we want it to be on the open scene. So open scene here. So this instantiates it, opens the scene. Let's go to the definition, because the problem that we've got is when you're in the title, it actually starts zoomed out and then it sort of pans in. And it being zoomed out, let's have a look. So what we kind of want, so I need to actually, let's see if the open scene works okay here. So here's where we're at. If that was 0, oh, Control Z. If that was 0, and that is 0, okay. Then these, yeah, but obviously we kind of want this to be bigger, because what I'm thinking is if this is 2 and this is 2, right, and then we move over, because this is kind of how we kind of work a lot of things out, because they're still at 0. Yeah, that works pretty nicely. So the thing with the main camera is yeah, so what we kind of need to do is essentially open scene. Now there is a good lazy way of doing this, and I am all in favour of that. Int I'm just going to have int scale equals 1, okay, and over here we're going to have int scale equals 1, and then we're going to put this argument. Okay. Now, so where we've got this left side trans, we're going to have if scale is not equal to 1, then we want to, I think we just simply need to make these bigger. So left side trans dot local scale equals new vector 3 scale, comma, scale, and so that's a good start. We also need to also we want to put this open scene here. We want the scale here as well. So int scale equals 1, int scale equals 1, and scale there. Okay. And we want to have scale there. Okay, so this hasn't made any differences quite yet, but when we actually, I didn't need to leave just quite yet, but what we can do at let's go find all the times we've called this title script. So I think we just simply need to put the number 2 there. Let's see if this works. I didn't press play, did I? Okay. Just grabbing some water. Oh no, I was looking away just at the critical moment. No! Right, okay. Try again. Okay. Right. That's almost what we wanted. Not quite, but almost. So what we actually need to do is, and again, very easy to do, we just have that times by scale and that times by scale. Okay, I think we're sorted now. I think this is everything we need. Right, let's give this another shot. Oh, okay, right. The fact that I wasn't even paying attention means that's probably a good thing, because that seemed to be quite clean. Yeah, that's fine. That's exactly what we're after. Okay, that thing has now been sorted, and that'll be useful for other times, I guess, as well. Okay, where are we up to now? Right, so we need to make a victory scene. And this is going to be a little bit of an advertisement for, you know, because I really want to. There's so many things that I want to put in this game that I haven't done yet, that I want to make sure that when people get to the victory screen, they're like, oh, I can't wait to play the main game, because there's so much stuff that is yet to be unlocked. So this will be essentially, you know, in many respects, an advertisement for the game, for what we're expecting to see in the main game. So, oh no, that's actually a different thing. I think this is a different thing altogether. Yeah, this is not what we want at all. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I think we just create a new scene, create a scene, and we're going to call this victory scene. That's it. Okay, so now let's go into the victory scene. Right, first of all, let's go. We just got to, yeah, this one here. I've got so many ideas that I want to put out there, that, like, yeah, just to make things a bit more, you know, exciting, just to know that it's like, oh, I do have a good plan as to where I'm going with this. So we're going to have a create, first of all, actually, before we do anything else, resources, prefab, core, master. So this is going to have all the important stuff in. And now we want to have a new empty, which we're going to have victory master. Go. And And what I've got to do, let's go. I think this is the best way of doing this. Is yeah, okay. I've got an idea. Don't worry. My idea is sound. It's a good idea. I think so. We go scripts. Create C# script. Victory master script. And hopefully I actually created it at the wrong place, but that should be okay. Let me put it. Create a folder here. What's the word for old stuff that we know? Yeah, let's just call it old stuff. So all of this here, we can just put into the old stuff. Okay, right. I think we're kind of on the way now. So this bad boy here, Victory Master Script. Let's put this. Okay. All right. I see the problem. I see the problem that we got here. Okay. We've already got a script called Victory Master Script. I mean, we don't need any of this, to be honest. We don't actually need any of this. Okay. Delete that. Let's just have a look at this, see if we can sort of salvage anything from this. You know what? We sort of steer into the curve. So first of all, let's get rid of this. So the reason there's a bit of confusion here is I originally, when you completed a fight, it would bring you to a screen where it'd say, victory, here is all your spoils of war, here's everything you gain, you know, let's go, now let's go back. Whereas as I sort of got on further, I thought it added so much confusion having a separate scene. So all of the victory stuff that would have been on a separate scene is just on the Destiny map. So, like, kind of, I'm slightly reluctant to get rid of these scripts because it might create some error messages elsewhere. So I kind of want to keep hold of them. But let's go just for simplicity's sake, we're going to create a victory. I'm just going to have it. No, yeah, victory god script. Probably. It's like victory god script. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah. And now we want to have victory god script. Put that there. Let's go put in all of the other core scripts that we need. So that's Aaron and Mover. And have this one, let's go 1,000. It doesn't matter too much what that number is. As long as it's more than like 10, it's no problem. Okay, so we've created this. And now, I think that the best thing to do here is, let's go get rid of all this. This is going to be, I'm going to basically do a bunch of green text showing me everything that I... like, it's going to be kind of like, this is how I want to sort of display everything. So, yeah, and it's going to look a little bit confusing, but I just want people to know there is a lot to this game. So, we're going to have a public void demo victory private enumerator demo victory routine. Yep, public bool busy, and then we're just going to have busy equals true, busy equals false, and then we're just going to list all the things that we want to happen. So I just need to kind of put this in to get rid of this red squiggly message. Yield return null. We're going to get rid of that eventually, but I just don't like seeing that. So now we're going to have start coroutine, demo victory routine, and now let's just go through the list. So first of all, I want to show victory victory text at the top. Then I want to show the tickets being fanned out, show the boosts that are available, and then we want to have show a text thanking player for playing and all the good things this game will offer. Okay, so so right, I can just leave it like that and it will just work itself out, right? No, we need to actually kind of have all of these things come up. And yeah, this should be no problem. So that's fine, we can Control S that. And then we're going to just kind of like play around, work out exactly how we want it all to look. Now, I can't even remember now. If I just had the word victory here. That's good enough for me, okay. So I'm going to kind of map out everything, and then we're going to work out exactly how we're going to kind of create the whole thing. So that's probably the easiest method. So first of all, create 3D object, 3D text. This will be just simply saying, it could say victory, or it could say demo completed. No, victory. Victory is fine. Victory. And let's go. We want it to be Gilbert font. Over here, let's go 000. Here we want to have alignment center, middle center. That's fine. Now on here, victory banner text, go. That's fine. Let's move this up to say there. That sounds fine. If that's 4, absolutely perfect. Okay. Now we're going to create a 2D object sprite square. This will be victory ticket go. Now I've got the tickets somewhere here. Oh, maybe I don't. I know that I did. Have I not actually put them in yet? Because I made these really cool tickets that I don't think I've put in yet. No, I guess not. Let me. Yeah. Anyway, I'll need to get hold of those, but that's not difficult to do. Let's go get hold of sprites. So yeah, create folder, tickets, create another folder. Again, a lot of this stuff might not make an awful lot of sense, but hopefully, you know, you'll see where I'm going with this eventually. Straight tickets, create folder, curved tickets. Now let's see if I can find them. Rumpletown, tickets. Yeah. So, yeah, these are the tickets that we're looking to put in. So I'm going to go Control-Shift-S, save tickets in here, and we're just going to save it as a PNG, so we can actually put it in our game. PNG. Right. I wanted it to take longer to load, so I could. So these are all the things that we're looking to use. Now I just need to move this screen over here so I can copy and paste all this in. And let's actually have a little look at the size as to what it's going to look like. So if I just put this one here, I think if I made this 256, point filter and none and apply. Let's just take a sec. I think that's okay. That's okay. So what we kind of want to do is, because the idea is you do the first year, you've protected the town for the first year, but then you get tickets for year 2, and like I kind of want you to, like, you know, and when you like succeed in year 2, you get a ticket for town for year 3. Right. So let's have a little look. Let's go put these in the correct places as well. I can close, sorry, this one over here. Let me have a look. So these are all the straight tickets that are going to go in there. It's the curved tickets. I quite like it. So victory tickets. I want that one. Yeah. And so -6 and 2. I want them to have quite nice integers. If I was to Control D, and I just need to work out a good sort of thing that we can sort of separate. So I think that's okay. So we're going to sort of fan out all of these tickets, which should be kind of easy-ish. Then, have I done boosts yet? Have I actually put the boosts in? No, I haven't, but that's, again, easily done. We just need to find the... No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Boost cans. Gonna have a new folder which we're going to call boost can. Boost cans, that's fine. Now I've got to remember where I have. Let me just have a little look. Yeah, this is perfect. So these are, there's going to be, I want to have more, but these are going to be the boost cans that you can use to give yourself a little bit of an advantage. Control Shift S. We'll save them into here. PNG. And 000. Okay. Right, so we've got those. We're going to put these ones somewhere. And again, a lot of things which I'm doing might not make sense now, but they might make a bit of sense. So, boost. If I just have boost and then create another folder, which will be cans. Create another folder. Button. Now we're just going to put all of these. I didn't mean to. No. Right, okay, try that again. All of these into here. And now we're going to create another 2D object sprite square that we're going to call Victory Boost Can Go. And let's just put mild cola there for the time being. And I think these can probably do with just being 1 to 8 point filter and none, and apply. Get rid of those. That's all good. Right. Maybe that's a bit too small. Yeah, okay, that's still fine. That's still fine. And I know it's going to look a little gimmicky, but I think that should be okay for the time being, because I'm basically just trying to set out what I want it to look like. And it's like, if I put all the pieces here, then it will eventually just be like, oh, okay, I see what it makes a lot of sense now. Now, we also want create 3D text. Let's go make it Gilbert font again. Thank you for playing the thank you for playtesting my game. Yeah. Well, what's all the critical information they need to know? There are multiple levels. There are multiple years. I don't know. Thank you for playtesting my game. There's a lot more content in the main. There will be a lot more content in the main game. Yeah, there will be a lot more content in the main game. Okay, so that's a terrible message. I'll come up with something better, don't worry. This one, the character size can be a lot smaller, so 0.25. Center and middle center. 0.5. Yeah, okay. I kind of want that as the central message. And I kind of would want to... Yeah, there's one other last little thing. So this will be victory explanation. Victory explanation text, yeah. Victory explanation TM go. Now, where are we up to now? There was one more thing that I wanted to show. That was it. The little. Let's go create one more. And like I say, this is kind of like me mapping everything out, and then it will hopefully like I'm just going to then do a sort of coroutine which introduces everything one by one, but I need to sort of map it out first. So maybe this bad boy here can actually be -2. That's, yeah, that sounds good. And this will be victory rumple token go. Now I can't remember if I just go. No, I don't. Okay, yeah, so I just need to find the rumple tokens as well, so I might be able to put that sprites. Let's just create another folder, that should be no problem. Rumple token. And let's go back in here. I'm probably not doing this the most efficient way. It's more like because I needed to rumple token. Here we go. New folder. Rumple tokens. I'm guessing this is going to be the better one. I quite like that. I think that's good. So let's go save this. 000 as a PNG, and we'll save it into there. Okay. So now we've got these, and I haven't worked out exactly, but I quite like these sprites here. I think this is quite nice. So let's go put these sprites in. And now I'm going to put this one here and have it 128 point filter and none and apply. So it's a little bit smaller, but that's okay. 0 and 0. Yeah. I just want people to kind of like play it and then be like, oh wow, what is all this? What's going on? You know, and then everything will make sense. But yeah, because at the moment, the actual current game that I've got, you can probably complete it quite quickly. But I just want people to know there is a lot more to this game. Right, so that's good. Okay. So now that we've got all of this, we kind of want to make all of these separate game objects. And oh yeah, one more thing. We can even put in that same game over button. Even though we've called it game over, it will serve the same purpose in returning you to title. So I think we make a start now. So prefabs, right. How long? Do you reckon I can get it done by 4 o'clock? That's 26 minutes. I reckon I can do it in 26 minutes. We're going to create the whole victory screen along with the button that goes back to the title. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be glorious. Right. Okay. Right. Sorry, I'm saying let's go. My time's ticking down as we speak. So prefab, victory. Let's go create a folder having old stuff. And all of this is going to go into there. That's fine. Okay. Oh. That might cause us a problem later. Hold on. Sorry. Let me actually undo that move. Because I think we need these buttons for something else later. Let me have prefabs new victory. I'm just going to create new victory. Yeah, that will cause us a problem later. New victory stuff. So let's just put all these on one by one. We can even put this bad boy in, even though it's, yeah. And I think we have got to do it one at a time. Yeah. Okay. It's all right. Dropping the lid somewhere. I'll come back later. Right. Let me move that out of the way so I don't knock that. Okay. Right. So we've got all of this. We've got access to it now. Now it's in here, we can access it as things. Victory banner. Let's go delete all this. Now, okay. Let's go back into this bad boy. And a lot of these things don't really need... they don't really need scripts attached to them. There's not that much. So we're going to first of all have public, and let's make it private. Private game object victory banner game object. Private game object ticket game object. Private game object Rumple token game object. Private. Right, okay, yeah, don't worry, 23 minutes, I can do this. Private game object boost can game object. Private game object victory text TM game object, and then void awake. We need some more stuff as well, so we want a private sprite. Oh yeah, we also need private game object return to title game object. Okay, so we want sprites, private sprite ticket sprites, private sprite rumple token sprites, private sprite boost can sprites. I think that's all we need. Okay, so now we just got to find a home for all of these things. So let's just start straight at the top. Victory banner go equals resources dot load game object. Okay. Okay. Now we just need to get in the correct thing, so trying to come up with the laziest method. And then ticket sprites equals resources dot load all sprites. Okay, 20 minutes. Don't worry, I can do this. I got this. Rumple token sprites equals resources dot load all sprites in a particular place. Now there is a clever technique which I'm going to use. I normally, in my head, I'm so used to pressing Control S to save after I've done it. But given that I need to go back and forth multiple times, it's easier if I don't save each time. Boost can sprites equals resources dot load all sprites. Okay. So we need to fill in all of these gaps. Now Now, I'm not super in love with this idea, but I think the most practical method is if I actually have this on my other screen and I just copy the path, and then you'll see where I've pasted it to. I think that would just make life a little bit easier. So at the moment, I can't see any text, can't see anything. I'm just going to copy all the stuff. So copy path. Then I'm going to paste it at the place. Victory boost cans is over here. That's the explanation, which we're going to have over here. We don't need that. Copy path, that's the Rumple tokens. We're going to put over here where you can't see, but I'll show you where it is in a sec. And copy path, the ticket is going to go over here. And when we created our game over stuff, turns out this back to title thing is really, really useful. We can just copy this path and put it over here. Okay, now it's just a matter of getting the sprites. Sprites. We've got the boost cans here, so I'm just going to copy this path here to put over onto the boost cans. Then we want our tickets, which will be the curved ones. So let's go copy this path, put it onto here. And like I say, I apologise that I can't show you exactly what the code is. It's just this will save a bit of time, and then I'll show you what it looks like in a sec. And then Rumple tokens, we can just go copy this path and chuck this over here. Okay, right, here's what you didn't see. There we go. Right, so we've got all of this. This is still quite ugly, but we can make it a little tidier. I kind of want to keep all these lined up just for tidiness, I suppose. That's fine. So over here, we can actually just hold Alt and get rid of all of this. And now we just need to get rid of these prefab bits. And over here. There we go. Okay, so now we have access to all of the stuff that we need. So now let's just go through the green stuff and then create it. So, and we can add a little bit of flair and a bit of tech, a bit of, you know, make it look a little nicer. So the victory text at the top, that's the victory banner. So I'm going to actually have text mesh equals instantiate victory banner go new vector 3, and I think we decided something like 0.0f, maybe 3.0f. That might actually be 4. I think that's 4 actually. And then quaternion dot identity. All right. Dot get component text mesh. And now we're going to have int chum equals mover dot instance dot mover dot instance dot fade text mesh to color, and we just want to have it as color.white. So, oh, that really should be. Let's go change that to victory banner text mesh, and victory banner text mesh color dot white 0.5 seconds is fine, and then while mover dot instance dot s2 to fbool chum yield return null. Okay, let's go. First of all, we're fading it to white, but it's already white, so we actually need to make it clear. So victory banner dot color equals color dot clear. So it's going to go from completely transparent to opaque. Okay, right. Show the tickets being fanned out. So we've got to work out the exact points and how exactly we're going to do this. So let's see what's the best way of doing this. Because I kind of want to create one after another, just give it a bit nicer effect. So instantiate for double tab, yep, and that will be ticket sprites dot length, and then right at the top here we're going to have float time equals 0. And then we're going to have transform ticket trans equals instantiate ticket go. Actually, no, we'll have a sprite renderer. Sprite renderer ticket sr equals instantiate the ticket, and we're going to have yeah, now I'm probably going to get the positions wrong here, but new vector 3 minus 4.0f 2.0f, so minus 4 plus open brackets I times by 1.1f. Like I say, these are all numbers that we can quite comfortably change. Comma Quaternion dot identity dot get component sprite renderer and chum equals mover dot instance dot fade sr to color ticket sr color dot white over 0.5f. Right, might need some more water. Tempted to hit more caffeine, but I'm not sure yet. I've had quite a lot of caffeine already. So that's the ticket SR, we got hold of that. We want to make the ticket SR dot color equals color dot clear. The reason that this victory screen is looking a little bit rushed is because this is mainly because I'm looking to kind of get to the point where it's a playable game, and like this victory screen is, like I say, this is going to be a placeholder one. It's going to hopefully still look quite nice, but my main goal is to just make it presentable so that like if when people are playtesting the game, they can let me they at least get a victory screen. They get something, some sort of reward for completing it. So that's fading it to there now. Here's where while time is less than 0.25f, time plus equals time dot delta time yield turn null. Let's actually put this all in one line to make it a bit tidier. So that's just waiting 1/4 of a second, and then time minus equals 0.25f. Okay. Oh yeah, we haven't actually assigned the thing here. So ticket sr dot sprite equals ticket sprites I. Okay. So I think that's kind of seems fine. We might be able to change that, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. It might be a little bit slow, but that's okay. So now, I think we actually let's go create Rumple token. Oh yeah, so another important thing that I want to mention with this game. This game is going to be like I do. Right, how do I explain this? I am not particularly a fan of games that are free to play, where you know it relies on buying sort of microtransactions. This game will have 0 microtransactions. However, there is like a overall currency that you're going to build up through playing the game, called Rumple tokens, that you can use for different things. It's one of those games where it could easily be a free-to-play game where where you can get a boost, where you can get loads of Rumple tokens. But I don't plan. That is not what I'm planning to do at all. The reason I'm making a big deal of this is like I always worry that I'm going to fall down the it's more like that. It's just I want people to be encouraged to be like, oh, now I need to build up these tokens. What's the most efficient way that I can do it? I'm looking to, but I just I need to mention that. I know it's probably kind of an obvious thing, but I thought if I didn't mention it, people would be thinking, these Rumple tokens, well, they're quite hard to get, but why don't you just, why don't you pay some money? That is, I want the game to be, a certain price when you buy it, and then there's no need to ever spend any more money. But the Rumple tokens are something which I could potentially do, but I have no intention of ever doing it. Right, so sprite renderer Rumple token SR equals instantiate. We'll get all the numbers correct in a bit. Instantiate Rumple token go. New vector 3, I think 0.0f. Let's go 2.0f. Quaternion.identity.get component sprite renderer Rumple token sr.color equals color.clear. Let's go just steal this. In fact, let's go quickly fit this over here as well. Token SR, so it's fading to white, but at the same time we want to have Aaron.instance.play forward continuously Rumple token SR, Rumple token sprites null, and let's just say 0.1f. So this is just basically saying we're creating the Rumple token, we're now making it animate through all of the Rumple token sprites, and then 5 minutes. Oh gosh, I tell you, the time is going really, really fast. Okay, boost cans. So yeah, this this isn't going to look super great, but let's go. In fact, we can actually use an awful lot of this code and just change a few of the things. So I'm going through it. So this will be boost can sprites dot length, rename to boost can sr. That will be boost can go. I guess we have that as 4. I actually see a slight mistake that I've done there. Control X, Control V. I think that needs to be a minus there. So yeah, like I say, this will be when we've actually. So that's there. I guess these ones can be alongside each other. So for that can still be minus, because I don't mind them going horizontally. Let's just see what that looks like. That needs to now be boost can sprites. That's fading it to white, waiting that much longer. That's okay. Now we can get rid of that. We've used that plenty of time. Now instantiate text mesh. Right, 3 minutes. Okay, we're there. We're almost there. Text mesh victory tm equals instantiate. What did we actually call it in the end? We called it victory tm go. Victory tm go. New vector 3. I think this one is minus 2.0f. Oh no, sorry. 0.0f, comma. That's right. Quaternion.identity dot get component text mesh victory tm dot color equals color dot clear. One minute. Ah, no, I don't think I'm going to quite make it. No. Oh, actually, no. Fade tm to color. That's fine. Let's go. Who's this bad boy? So, and then we just need to have, we just want to create the button that just suddenly pops up. So what's the easiest way to do this? I think there's game over back to title button script go script equals instantiate return to title go new vector 3. Did we decide minus 4? Minus 4.0f. Again, getting the wrong one. There we go. 0.0f, comma, there. Quaternion.identity dot get component okay. Ah, so close, so close. Ah, just don't think yeah, okay, I've slightly overcooked it, but we got close. Right, so go script dot button trans dot local scale equals vector3 dot 0 mover dot instance dot point to size geoscript dot button trans target vector vector3 dot 1 time to take 0.5f size application 1.25f 5 and then while just copy that okay right how okay hopefully that should be most of what we do. Right, now I know I've got some of the vectors wrong, some things might not necessarily be on the screen. Actually, in fact, I know for almost a conclusive fact that the tickets will be going off the screen, but I just want to see what it looks like at the moment. So, demo victory, so now we're going to have void start demo victory. No. Desperately need to go to the toilet, so I want to just see right, okay, I want to just have another quick scan. No, I'll be forever scanning if I don't just give it a shot now. So let's have a look over here. Right, okay, I'm not feeling super confident, but let's give it a shot. Let's see. Okay, victory. Okay, that's going down further than I thought, but that's okay. Okay, that's all right. That is all right. I'm actually really happy with that. Maybe I could actually move these boost cans just a bit lower, and what I kind of want is to have it. Yeah, okay. No, this is good. This is actually really good. This is kind of, and let's just check the back to the title works. Oh, hold on. It doesn't. And I know why. I know why exactly why it doesn't. Because we haven't added the event. So what we need to do is add component Raycaster 2D, and then we want to UI add event systems. Why? Because it makes the thing work. Okay, but let's right. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. And let's go leave that on just while I'm. I need to quickly use the bathroom. I shall return momentarily. But yeah, what we're going to do when I come back, we're going to just move these over a little bit, because these actually tessellate. Is that the word? Tessellate quite nicely with when you actually put them next to each other. So I could put that next to there. So I kind of want to have all 9 tickets, but it just look a little smoother. Let's move these back. Anyway, right. That's what we're working with at the moment. We can make this look a little bit better. I'll be right back. Right, yes, rocking. Right, okay, let's go. So now we are going to we're going to do all the things that I said. Right, so let's actually have a little look now that we've got this screen in front of us. Let me grab all of these. If that's -6, but then we want to get these over here to be oh no, Control Z. These over here to be -3. Yeah, because they do actually sort of, yeah, like I say, they sort of tessellate quite nicely. So -6, yeah, that seems fine. So -6 and -3 is what we're after. Okay. So, like I say, I'm going to use a bit of an ugly code here, but this shouldn't matter too much. So that should be -6. Int x equals 0. Am I looking at the correct thing? Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah, let's just, yeah, this should be easy. Int x equals 0. Int y equals I. If y is greater than 4 or greater than or equal to y minus equals 5 and x plus plus. So along the x, that'll be plus x times 3.0f, and that we just simply need to change to y. That might work. I think that's all we need to do. I think that's all we need to do. I think that fixes. That should fix that bit. We want the boost cans to summon maybe a little bit lower. So the boost cans, on the Y scale, maybe if we had that as maybe 0.5. Right, let's give this another shot. I'll be quite happy if I've managed to get both the game over and the victory screen. Yeah, that looks alright. Thank you for playing the game. There'll be a lot more content in the main game. Yeah, okay. You know what? I quite like this. And then hopefully back to title brings us back over here. I want to test one more thing, which I meant to test earlier, but so this is here. It's mainly, you know, when I'm trying to create an error message. So if I keep clicking, it's not going to give any error message. That's fine. Okay, right. So this has been a really productive stream. So I will explain what I'm looking to do next. Because there is an incredibly valuable, strong argument that I've probably got enough content. I should make it play testable sooner rather than later. However, right, and this is a problem. I came up with a really good idea, right? A really good idea, so good. And what is quite refreshing is it's an idea which I feel Slay the Spire could actually utilise, right? And like I want to put it in my game. I'm kind of excited about it because so I'll see if we can get to where we're going. Right, so where are we? Card sprites. Let's go card art. Let's go into this bad boy. So this is what I'm looking to do. Okay, so I've created a few more pictures. So there's some rubbish and some more rubbish and a trash can and some nuclear waste and recyclable. What's all this about? So this is an idea. Like I say, I don't know if I'm going to put it together, but I like the idea that you have cards, that these are going to be called, I can't remember, this one's going to be called Beanstalk, right? So the idea is it's actually quite a cheap card that you make loads and loads of, that creates loads of beans. I haven't worked out the exact numbers yet, right? But you do it, but what will happen is a card will be added permanently to your deck, right? So you cast Beanstalk, and then you're going to add, say, 3 of these cards, right? These are bad cards that you don't want, but so they're added to your deck permanently. However, there's going to be a new keyword that's called remove, right? So this is going to be like 2 mana, and it's going to be remove, right? And when you play that, it removes it from your deck entirely. So kind of like it's, so if you're like living off of just using these cards for ages, you'll eventually just have a bunch of like rubbish in your deck. So this one here is going to be called Nuclear Defense, right? So it's going to be like something like 1 mana to create 25 armored defenders, but you put in like this card into your deck, which is going to be something like 3 or 4 mana, which doesn't do anything, but it just removes it from your deck. And like I like that idea that you're kind of having to deal with getting rid of trash, but like, you know, and I want people to fall into that rabbit hole of being like, well, Beanstalk's so good, it gives me so many, it's given me such a good advantage, but then a bit later they're just going to run into the trap of just having so much rubbish that they're going to have to start wasting their turn, or not wasting their turn, but using their turns just to get rid of the rubbish from their deck. Anyway, that's kind of like what I'm thinking, right? But the and this one's going to be a slightly lighter hearted. This is going to be it still creates way more beans than you would normally be able to for how much it costs, but it creates like less rubbish and stuff. And I've got a recyclable rubbish, which is going to be 1 mana. It removes it, but you draw a card afterwards, so it's not too bad. It's like, but that's just, yeah, that's kind of like what I'm thinking of, because it's going to be, yeah, like I say, a whole new keyword, which isn't exhaust, because exhaust means you cast it, and for the rest of that combat, you can, it's out of your deck. But as soon as you get to the next battle, you can then it then comes back in your deck. Whereas remove will mean it is removed from your deck forever. So that's just, yeah, that's what I'm kind of working on. I don't think I'll be able to do that today. But I do like, and it's also, I like the idea that some enemies are going to have moves where they might do a bit of damage, but they also put some junk into your deck, right? Slay the Spire has done that, but it's just the way it differs is this is permanent rubbish that until you physically cast them to get rid of them, it is going to stay in your deck indefinitely. I'm intrigued. I feel like that's something that Slay the Spire could have easily done, and there is obviously an obvious thing to mention that Slay the Spire has already tried that and it doesn't work very well, because a lot of people don't want to have decks that have just got a bunch of rubbish, but in my head I think that could actually be quite a lot of fun. It could be genuinely like kind of that sort of moment of, oh, if I do, I'll need to cast this Nuclear Defense, but you know, it's I want people to have that sort of like proper sort of management. It adds a whole layer to the game, is in my opinion. So right, what we kind of need to do now is so what I kind of want to do is a sort of final thing, and I don't really know the best way to do this, and I've got to kind of think it through in my head, because what we want to do now is make it so that you actually go to the victory scene once you have completed the game, once you've got to the Destiny. Yeah, because at the moment it always returns to the Destiny screen, and I've got to kind of have a little look, because at the moment, yeah, once you've completed the last enemy, it still just goes back to the Destiny screen, and everything just kind of gives you a bit of an error message. That's what I'm going to kind of work on. I've just got to work out exactly. I've got to have a look into the code as to how exactly it's going to work. So how do we start this? Do I do this today? Let me have a think. So let's go onto the title screen. Title scene. In fact, let's go into the opening scene, so we get to have a little look. I could make this faster, couldn't I? You know, let me do that now. I think that would just look a lot better. Right. Edit script. Let's go 0.5. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Zach. Yeah. So, begins. Got a big old play button. Now, what we're looking at now is when we actually... Oh, yeah. Oh, so the slight problem is, you know, before I move that victory button, it's because this here, unless I'm mistaken, is actually a victory button, so it wouldn't have been able to access it correctly. That's why I couldn't... Yeah, sorry, that's just mainly... I'm just sorting that out in my head. Right, so what we want to work out, how do we detect if it's the last scene? So, you know what? I tell you what, I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm probably going to call it here. We've got, I think, yeah, because I'm looking to incorporate the victory scene, but I think this requires a bit more brain power. So now we've actually made the victory scene. We've got right, to actually complete our whole, actually make our game playable to other people. Our big thing that we need to do is just make it so that when you actually do the last boss, it goes to the victory screen. That, and I do want to organise the enemies to actually have slightly more fruity attacks, because at the moment I've just kind of jumbled it together, and I want them to, each enemy to have a bit of a theme. You know, there to be, like, for example, I do want that the one that's a sort of can that with a mouth that kind of mashes. I want him to add rubbish to your deck, and I want to add that whole concept of having trash in your deck. Right, but I think I'm probably going to have to call it here, just because my brain's a little bit fried. Yeah, alright, anyway, thank you very, very much for sticking around, and I will have a look and see who I can raid. Alright,
was about to do something and you stole it all. Do you ever make high-level visual diagrams of planning? Yeah, we draw stuff out here. Certainly. I've done it a few times during this refactoring stuff, too. Make sure we're on the right track. Okay, that's the race car state. Continuing. That's simulator, simulator, simulator. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. Thank you, Dude Sword, for the thank you. Zackifier! How are you and your turtles? Welcome, welcome. You can make namespace around everything so you don't have to do this everywhere. I don't like doing that.